in a small state. Eventually, I'll be moving back to Philadelphia. I was reading the news about India. No, no politician from here understands, and I don't mean to say that I do, about India and how difficult it's got to be managing a nation as big as India and as different. Um, we had in Texas, that's, one of the, it is actually one of the southernmost states bordering on Mexico. Um, the town, unlike other towns close by, was too cheap to put up sirens and stuff that would warn campers and people in houses near the water. So they didn't. And they knew that the river overflowed at times. They knew that there were flash floods. So, because they didn't, a, a lot of people were killed. Little girls who were campers were down there, and they were carried away by the water. Um, I felt very bad. Okay, they came to me um, and told me they were all right. I saw this like yellow gingham something in the corner of my office, and ooh, that, and they talked and they said that they were scared, but the they were helped to get to where they had to go in the other dimension quickly, so they weren't staying in terror for a long time. But what I realized when I look at Indian news, there were 90 people washed away in a flood, and then another, I think in Pakistan, there were another 90 people in something else. Uh, you have, I mean, we have problem with terror. We have a problem with terrorism, but there are two things that happen. One is lone wolf people who want who like recently we had someone who um, had emotional problems and come out and shoot a Democratic state lawmaker and her husband. And I think there was I mean, I know I read the news every day, but I forget what the other one was. There was another shooting like that. And then we have people who now are shooting into crowds in the cities, which is horrible. But the they are all from America. They're not from someplace else. They don't even really have an issue. Sometimes, okay, the person who killed the legislator and her husband, yeah, he was somebody who believed in Trump, um, and that happens. Uh, we also have people who try to who go into a bar and try to murder everyone inside there, and that's but it's when I look at what's happening in India, I feel that it's just nothing compared to what you have. Um, I wouldn't trust Trump, not because he's Trump and he's crazy, not because of that. It's just that I think to really understand India or the Philippines, you have to get educated. I don't mean that I am. I mean it's a lot. It's it's not. simple. It's really complicated. You have real terrorists. Um, you have a climate that's different. Um, Someone just asked me, do I speak another language beside English? Not really. A little Spanish, but really, I would need to brush up a lot to speak that. That's just it. Um, Most Americans do not speak another language. Okay. Um, I pulled cards. When I pull cards, um, I don't. I realize I don't go by the meanings, the real meanings of the cards, what they're supposed to mean. I go by what it says to me, and um, I saw I saw Trump. I wasn't. It was a vision that came to me. I saw him melting. Um, what does it mean? I think it means. I mean, he's just a little bit older than I am, but uh, not that I'm in great health. I'm sorry. Oh boy, oh boy. I'm sorry. That really is gross. Um, he doesn't eat right. He's under tremendous stress, and I think he's 78 or 79. Um, his diet has been awful. He likes to eat. He likes to eat hamburgers. You know, the ones from McDonald's, and he likes to eat steak and a lot of ice cream. Yeah, I like that too, but I don't keep it. I can't keep it in the refrigerator because I will eat it. But he's in a place where he can have whatever he wants. He's eating out all the time. By the way, his restaurants are they've they've been written up a lot. Don't eat it. I mean, I would. This is for entertainment purposes, and it's just my opinion. I've read reports on his restaurants, and the food isn't good. He likes it. Maybe they make special stuff for him. They probably do. But um, if you come here, there are we have some really fabulous restaurants. Uh, I'm sure that you have them wherever you are. I'm sure that there are fabulous restaurants too, where you are too, especially if you live in the city. That's really where they are. Um, so the card that I was pulling cards, and the first one I pulled was this one, and it said to me that things were going to get better, and I do believe that. And then I had another one like this saying to me that it's going to be work. Time will pass and we'll be working together and things will change. Um, I'm not sure which one of these I pulled first. I think this one. A lot of us in the United States feel like Trump is uh, stabbing us all. Um, it's we have programs or did have programs for people, disabled people, older people, or disabled people who have to be in special homes, that nursing homes, which I'll talk about, um, and the benefits are being cut, which means less money will go to the nursing homes when it goes into effect. Uh, it's a ride right now. What's happening is I call him a menace, but I have close family who I love who like him. It is for many of us. It's a ride. and up and down and up and down. And, one day it's tariffs, another day it's not tariffs. And then he's firing people who work in FEMA. And we have NOAA is the agency that tells us what kind of weather we're going to have and investigates why. So he cut, I don't know, half the people. I'm not sure about whether it was half or not. So, like I said, it's my opinion and it's for entertainment purposes, and that's it. Um, okay, nursing homes. I worked in nursing homes. My master's degree is in therapeutic recreation. My bachelor's is in painting. Okay, so I worked in nursing homes, and I liked the people for whom I worked generally. They are hellholes. They're warehouses for people who can't take care of themselves. And good ones, yes, I worked in good ones, and sometimes they're acceptable. Depends on who owns them, whether they change hands and they're bought by corporations. Um, it's a very bad business, and we do not do a good job. Um, I'd rather be dead. I mean, seriously, than 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 to be in a nursing home. Um, we have two uncles who were in nursing homes who stopped taking their medicine purposely because they did want to die. They didn't want to be there, and they did pass over, which is great. I want to tell you, heaven is not a place you have to be afraid of. You, one minute you're here, and the next minute you're there. If we all knew what heaven was like, we'd be killing ourselves. Um, that's no joke. I don't know what people are doing there. The reason I don't is because our brains, we don't use our complete brains, and we can't imagine. We just don't know. We don't understand. I talk I talk to people. I talk to spirits all the time. And then what happens is a lot of times I have some kind of communication with the people I read, and whenever I talk with those people, oh, here comes their family. I was talking with my cousin earlier, and actually he was Harry's, my husband's family, and of course I knew his family because I've been married to the man for 60 years. So I know his whole family, and they feel they're my cousins too. So his whole family came because I was talking on the phone to him. His wife came, and her son, and blah blah blah, everybody. Um, I was talking to a client of mine, and here comes his husband. Just wanted me to tell the husband that he was doing well, and I don't know, whatever, just telling me the story. And I'm trying to think when I'm with my husband, um, sometimes his friends show up because after all, my husband's 81, and his friends are that around that age and a little older. And truth is that it's hard to get through your 80s, sometimes 70s. A lot of stuff hits. I know there are people playing tennis and in great shape in their 70s and 80s. The client I just mentioned, whose husband wanted to talk to him, I think he worked until he was 74, but it's unusual. Um, okay, it is unusual, and we don't live forever. Well, actually, we do. We go over to the other dimension, and we're there for as long as we want to be. We can be there for infinity. or we can come back. And if we come back, we won't remember who we were. Um, our higher self is still there, so we can talk to our higher self. Usually, we don't. It's not easy to do, and there may be more than one of us. I have two other me's running around who didn't, I think, did not get psychological counseling. And I don't know how that's going to impact my time on the other side. Uh, Thought to myself right now, am I going to want to kill them? Maybe. I'm not. Um, Feelings come and go. You need to know that so that when you're angry, it's going to go. It's not a permanent feeling. Neither is depression. So um, that's my point. We we either come back or we don't. But we are actually the same spirit when we come back. We're different parts of the same spirit. So I've been trying to a little bit look up. Uh, I think the me that was the last me before this. Um, she was Polish and she enjoyed um, keeping the farm for her elderly parents and was murdered by the Nazis because they took in Jews. They were very religious, beautiful people. And they did that, and someone reported them to the Nazis. Nazis came and shot everyone, shot, lined them up and shot them all. So I wanted to find her name, my name. Um, we are all like that. I found my husband's previous life. He was a Sicilian, I mean, we all have these lives, and they add up to information and compassion when we're on the other side. We need to be here in order to bring that information to the other side. So we all have the ability that I have, we all have it. It just takes work, I guess, dedication. I talked to the ceiling for a long time. And then my great grandfather he sent me images. It turns out that he was my father at one life, and we definitely have a relationship. I think he's fantastic. I adore him. And I, the I got to tell you that the people in our lives, in your life right now, have almost assuredly been in your life before. It's funny, we just pop in and out. My brother, who's 5 years younger than I am and is a joy to me, always, um, he popped into my life at many different times and brought me joy. He's always been a wonderful brother. Um, he lives across the country, and uh, I've had the joy of going there and seeing uh, Oregon, which is a very beautiful state, especially at the coastline. Beautiful. Um, my brother-in-law was my brother in some life, and we all have these giant families on the other side. That's not. They're not. He's not even in my family. Neither is Harry, my husband. They're in a different family, but we borrow people or something, and like we know other families, so somebody's like pops in and, oh yeah, I'm your brother now, but it was in a different life a long time ago. um, it's it's fascinating. Okay, so what's going to happen now? I wish I could say that I can't see things clearing up between India and Pakistan. That's because it's a religious fight, and it's hate. It's the same thing with Israel and the Palestinians. You know, there never were Palestinians. It was sort of manufactured to call the people who were Arabs and lived in that area with the Israelis or Jews. Um, while there were always Jews there, but um, when the Romans and the other countries who conquered Israel, it was known as Israel before Rome took over. When Rome took over, they called it Palestine, and a lot of Jews at that time left because the Roman governors were not nice. Um, so they went to different places, and the one at one point the Polish king invited Jews to come because they needed something. They needed money lenders or who knows what. So they went there, and then later on it turned horrible, and so they started to come back. Um, that's when when uh, when it was given to the Jews after the Holocaust. Um, the name was given to the Arabs there of Palestinians or whatever. In 1948, when the other Arabs decided, well, we're going to kick the Jews into the ocean because we don't like them, and they're not supposed to be here. We don't want them because we're all Muslim and they're not. They invited the Arabs who were there to come with them because they were going to take back the land. The ones who stayed were fine; they're still there, and they love where they are. But the ones who left, well, the Arabs didn't win. The Israelis won, and so they couldn't come back. Just like, could I go back to Spain and say, "Hey, my family comes from here. They were kicked out. I want that property back. I'd like to see them give it back to me." Or my grandmother had to leave Ukraine. Can I please have her house back and the farm? I would like that back. Would you please give it back to me? Somehow I don't think they would do that. That's what Russia's trying to do. They're saying um, Ukraine was ours. We want it back now. No, we're free. We don't want it. We don't want you as overlords. I'm talking too long. It's getting to be too long. Um, TNS. Oh, do I have a? No, I don't have a personal problem with India. I love India. I have a lot. I have a lot of listeners, a lot of watchers. Sub, people from India. A what? One of these is funny. I don't like bingo. I can't stand it. Um, okay. And I surely can't understand. I think somebody wrote to me, wow, they wrote in, I know it's Asian, but I'm not sure. I think it's Chinese. Hey, thank you. Um, the only kind of bingo I like is the kind that, you know, when guys dress up as women with the big hair and makeup. That I like, but not bingo. Not this granny. Okay, so what's going to happen? Right now, it's very tough in the United States. I don't know how anybody can love Trump because a lot of the departments are being cut, and they're the work that's supposed to be done that they normally do can't be done. Those little girls would not have died if Noah had been functioning normally. FEMA hardly works. That's the people who come after there's a natural disaster. Um, I don't know what's in India and how you guys handle that. I have to read more, and I'm too lazy. I really am. I complain about other people being intellectually lazy, and I am too. Okay, so um, I think that's it. If I knew a joke and could remember them, I would tell it. What else is going to happen? Oh my God. My guides just told me there's going to be a bomb. What the hell? Where? They didn't tell me that. They just said there's going to be a bomb. So I guess not that it's difficult. All this information is online. You know, you can get it and cause total mayhem and death. It's horrible. Is there anything else you want to tell me? Do you want to tell me what to tell people? Tell them to meditate, be calm, don't jump into things, think about what could happen, be careful, be good to others, try to be your best self. Okay, that's good. Okay, if you push the buttons, please. Um, it it doesn't do anything, but it helps me or helps the channel. And what else? Write to me. I never hear from you. I don't know what you would like. Um, and be careful because FEMA doesn't always help. Just think about where you're going, and especially in places where the water can rise real fast. Don't buy a house where it's going to flood. A lot of flooding and bad storms all over the world. We're getting wacky weather, really bad. We've had tornadoes here in little Delaware where nothing happens, nothing, really nothing, and we've had tornadoes. Um, Stay well, okay. Um, don't get near anybody who's got terrible um, diseases that are communicable. All right, love you. Oops, not leaving so fast. There you go.